We're going to need our hook shot. Unsurprisingly, despite the fact that we can move all these blocks, we are still going to need to, you know, traverse this tower. Now, what is nice about this puzzle, I have to admit... Ooh... You know, we're probably not going to want this bunny hood on, come to think of it. We're going to want that spot for this, and then let's put... Rather than using bombs, let's just... Let's just take care of this the easy way. Shlabam. Alright, I have the mask on. I'm trying to use my sword and I can't do it. Alright, let's see what this switch does. That would seem to be advisable. So... Yeah, I remembered first try. Not bad considering it's been a couple days. Or a day. Couple days? Who knows? Now this is one of those spots where things get a little bit annoying. That's great, because we have that switch held down. We're going to head up here, push this button, see what it does. Basically, there's these puzzles with 3 switches, and the reason there's only 3, even though we have 4 forms, is because the Deku statue of us, just like the Deku version of us, isn't heavy enough to hold down a switch. Let's be the heaviest we can be. I love how it just freezes. Oh. Look behind, that's what this statue looks like. He's at least less horrifying than our Link version. Looks a little enraged with the white pupils, but he also is kind of badass. We have to be honest here. Now, unfortunately, this does bring up 2 of the blocks, but we can't get across yet. We have to go back down. Yeah. Almost got crushed by a rock. Not a big deal. NBD. Luckily, if we screw up the order on these, and the first one I got right, we have the luxury of knowing that we can kind of see, like, if it's trying to go into place, it'll go up. And if it doesn't, if it hits like that first switch we pushed at the end of the last video, we know, okay, that's wrong. That can't be first. Play that guitar. What? And finally, we'll take a look at this statue. A little bit creepier. Eyes are freaking out. He is kind of holding the guitar in a cool way, though. Almost as though he's blocking his crotch. It looks like everybody's in pain, though, you know? Like, we make these statues, but they're not really statues. They're emblems of our suffering, which is fair when you consider that's Link we're talking about. Now, if we play this form while we have, or play this song rather, while we have any of the forms up that we have a statue of, it takes away the statue, which can be useful if we want it to go down that way, but if we don't, well, yeah, didn't look like I was going to make that for a half second. Let's roll these jumps just to make sure we get a little extra distance. Yeah. Alas, couldn't get the spin attack. I tried. Alright, so now I think we have to move these over. As long as we put statues on them, it should be fine. So we're going to be transferring our statues. I just hope these match up. Let's see. We're going to save state real quick just because I don't want to have to go back again. Nice crisp ocarina playing, though. We're getting there. It helps that these are only C buttons. I think if we... hold all these down at the same time, then they'll lock in this way forever, so we don't have to worry about this anymore, I think. Because we're going to need the statues again elsewhere, so I don't think that's going to be how this works. As I mentioned before, my memory of this part of the game is fleeting. I originally probably played it 15 years ago. 13 at least. That should be fine as long as we now hit this one. I think if we put the Goron statue on it, it'll stay put. I could be wrong though. We have all three pushed down right now, so I'm not sure it actually does this, but let's... We've come this far. Come on, controller. I hit that up. Come on. That's what I get for playing fast, I know, but... Come on. And no, we cannot skip this scene, unlike the mask transformations. Well, I don't know what the point of that was. No, no, no. Yeah, punch. Punch in frustration. Alright, let's head up. Take a look at our surroundings here a little bit. There's the end of the last path. We're headed up there still. The flaming keys. Got a ways to go yet. Hookshot target over there. Over here we have a switch. Might as well push it, see what it does. Look out. It's fine. Alright, well that clearly can't be right then. Camera, calm down. Never let it be said that Link doesn't deserve the things that come to him. Alright, so there's our target up there. Another statue. Let's hide from him. I don't think he can see us up here. No, good. Doesn't have to be pretty or exact, it just needs to work. Does this one do anything yet? It does seem to. Okay. Let's just put the Link one here because it's simplest. Alright. Not worried about that so much as we're worried about the ones coming across here now. Let's head over here and see if we can do this one. I have the feeling it's going to be the bottom one next, but we're already up here. Might as well go up. It's easier to go down. Yup. Camera angle, freak out. Camera angle, freak out. Alright, we're going to head back down. Oh. Almost had playtime with the boulder again. I mentioned it when we visited here briefly before, but I do like this track a lot. It's kind of playful, but also kind of foreboding at the same time. Oh. I do still like how the Goron just goes nuts. What are you playing right now? You're just hitting things. Oh, I'm walking right in front of a boulder. Now the camera angle is going to make this really tough. Okay. Phew! Okay. To the final switch. On the plus side. This one is, right across from where we need to go next. No. And we're going to roll off because it's going to make the camera freak out 3 times if we do. Don't do it, Link. Oh, good. It stopped his roll. It slowed his roll. That up, man, it's temperamental. Reminds me of why I switched this button layout in the first place. Way back when I couldn't do anything correctly because the controller was being a real pain in the ass. The message is always, don't use Xbox proprietary controllers with a Nintendo thing, even if it's on emulator. Alright. What? That doesn't seem fair. Doesn't seem fair at all. Nice jump, jackass. Alright, well, we gotta do it again. Just a reminder that these things can be quite annoying if they happen for no reason. You know what? No, we don't have to do it again. No, we don't. Nope, we're going right back here. At least we can save one of the steps. God. Sometimes, when you play as a main character who can't jump, these are the things that happen. This is a dangerous place to stand. Wow. Really thought that was going to hit me. I fully expected that to hit me. Well, we would have been nearly done. And instead, we are not. I do enjoy killing him as such. Nope. Take the mask off first. Yep. No, do them in a different order this time. Why? I don't know. Why not? Wow. So I guess we're trying to do it fast, I guess. Is that acceptable for you inputs? I'm not actually that on tilt by this, but I am a little bit annoyed. I've mentioned this in the podcast before, but one of my, and perhaps my biggest pet peeve, is doing things multiple times for no reason. There's no reason I should be having to do this again. We've already successfully completed this part of this area. But because the jump buffer decided, well, the hell with it, here we are. So yeah, we'll be save stating again, because that won't happen a second time. On that one, I heard every note. I'm baffled. Look, I know you don't want to look at these horrifying statues, okay? I get it. They're terrifying, but we need them. Did I go up? What did I do here? What have I done? That's just the bottom one, right? The top one's doing what we want. We don't really care about the bottom one anymore. Okay. So I'm a little worried now. Because nothing's worse than doing something twice. Except doing it a third time. Classify that as worse. Okay. Very good. This is even more frustrating for a reason that you'll see in a minute, but this is truly the point at which this matters. What I mean by that, you'll see as soon as I jump across. If I can jump across, which apparently is not a guarantee. Okay, here's the edge. Let's go ahead and just, you know. Great! Tremendous! You did it! We're all very amazed. Alright, so over here is another scarecrow spot. I don't remember if this is anything of that much importance. There's Redeads over there, which doesn't seem like a place I really want to go. So let's continue going up, shall we? Just have a look around real quick, like. Can't reach that. Well, we'd have to be at the edge of this or the edge of this very platform, which we'll have to be careful of because we don't want to get knocked off by these boulders. That would be embarrassing. Let's go about here. That should reach. Yes, sir. See, the keys thought better of it. Just having a quick look around. Another thing that Tattle's going over towards, but I don't know that we care. Up there, lovely looking, lovely. We're heading this direction though. Can't quite make it over there yet. What we can do when we get up here is something very, 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 very important. Never do this again. Now, if we were to fall off or some other terrible fate were to befall us, we can just Song of Soaring back up here. And thank God for that. Alright. We gotta do this one more time. This one's pretty straightforward. I know the middle one's not first. What's this one do? It pops out. What's this one do? It goes out and around, but if that one's not first, it's going to collide with the second one. So this one's got to be first. Actually, hold on. If we're going to hit these switches and then we're going to go back in time, we're going to have to do it all over again. So we're going to just take this opportunity to cut our losses, drop off our rupees again for no apparent reason. I can't stop myself. And then Song of Time back to the first day. Because it's annoying to have to do any dungeon over because you run out of time, but this one in particular, not something you want to have to do twice. But there's a very good chance that we will be ignoring the Great Fairy here. We talked about maybe picking together the fairy pieces last time. Ended up doing it. I really like the half damage. This one is completely optional, and I like its reward, but we do not need it and probably will not be going to the trouble of getting it. You'll see why when we get in the dungeon in the next video. This is a cool design, but also convoluted, and it becomes even more complicated if you voluntarily go back and have to come in for the stray fairies. And to get a few of them, I don't remember how many, but I know there's at least a few, you basically have to run through the dungeon a third time. If you've seen this game before, you know why. And if you haven't, I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's cool, again, it's neat, and it's clever, and it makes for an interesting dungeon, but it's frustrating. Well, I'm actually losing a bunch of stuff. This was a long 3-day cycle where we got a lot accomplished. We had all sorts of bombs and those Deku Nuts we bought. We might have thrown all those. We gave 10 to the Gibdo, and we threw one on the ground like a badass. Point is, we had a bunch of stuff. We no longer have a bunch of stuff. But it's okay, we're back on the first day with 72 hours to do the final major dungeon of the game. And that's enough for now. Yeah, really? Really, Tattle? We were just there. We went the whole way through the canyon. We did everything.